built, actually partially built Zealot fleet, which I will show you the build of at the very end, although you should already know it if you watched my level 101 VXP target video. But what I'm going to be doing is going through this target and breaking down the kind of damage that this stuff is dealing. To start out with, I'm going to reset, move all my ships all the way over to the left, and come in with a fresh start. Unlike the level 101 VXP target, you can enter this thing at any angle, it will put you at that angle. If you enter from the bottom, it puts you at the bottom. Enter in from 9 o'clock, puts you in at 9 o'clock. So you can use some element of a strategy to this, and I would not be surprised if the raid targets had one auto-lock target like the 101 where you enter at one spot, and the level 107 target had one, or the similar target that will be like the 107, that is the skill driving target, where you could enter anywhere in the target. So where I entered, actually there was a good spot, because these 3 Halo missiles I can take out really, really quickly. Notice again that these Halo missiles sometimes miss my ships, and I'm able to, that you are able to evade them. Looks like right out of the bat, I've triggered several of these Valkyrie spotlight carriers, which, ooh, oh, that hurts. There's some red fields here, which will do damage to me. You can notice that they all move around in sort of a spotlight formation, and they all stay surrounding that one ship. It's a little bit easier to see when there's just one ship at one time, but I guess this is a good demonstration, having 2 different ships, show you how complicated they can be if you engage them in a more complicated manner. So let's try and wait till they circle around, and they do patrol on a fixed path, and the spotlights are on a fixed path. What you want to do is get on the inside of this ship and get really close to it, stay moving if possible, and take it out. These things are actually pretty avoidable with skillful driving. The next thing you notice is there are some PT cruisers spawning and coming at me. They are outranging me, and they are dealing corrosive damage, splash damage with scatterguns. They're coming from this warbird carrier in the center of the target. Kixeye says to kill this thing pretty early, although I think I'm going to have better luck if I sneak through here after I've killed 1 or 2 islands, try to avoid getting hit by too many Halo missiles at one time and these fire fields from these Valkyries. If I can just get that last bit of damage on that warbird carrier, stay somewhat far away so you're not taking too much damage. You can see it's really, really tricky when there's 2 Valkyrie carriers at one time here. Yeah, that almost hurt me pretty badly there. But looks like one more volley, I should be able to take this thing down. And the good thing about corrosive scatterguns is that you saw 5 PT cruisers spawn right there at once. I was able to kill them all in one volley because I was already targeting the warbird carrier to do splash damage. Okay, let's back out a little bit, and once we've killed the center of the target, I'm going to kill this island right here. If you watch my 101 VXP video, you'll notice the Halo missiles are the only turret that should deal damage to me. You can see that I'm shooting down 100% of the missiles from the Sentinel turret because I have MDS-3. One of my ships, my larger green ring, has 2 missile defense system 3, and it has countermeasure loaders 4 to increase range and accuracy. So the Sentinel missiles are actually pretty easy to take out. The Halo missiles are the ones that you cannot shoot them down, but you can use evade, and they always shoot at the ship with the highest health, which is a really, really key point here. Okay, this Valkyrie carrier, it didn't appear, the spotlight things appear to be acting a little bit weird. I'm not quite sure if they have something to do with the land turrets or not, but you saw that was pretty difficult to take out there. Although now this target looks really easy. I have 3 turret clusters left, and a couple random trash buildings that have several million armor by the looks of it, and 2 Valkyrie carriers. I'm going to try and engage this Valkyrie carrier. As soon as these 2 spotlights swing around close to me, I'm going to loop around towards the inside of it, try and avoid it with skillful driving, and stay moving the whole time because it does have corrosive scatterguns, which again you want to avoid. It doesn't look like I'm quite able to kill it in one pass. Maybe if I put corrosive battery 2 on all my ships, once that comes out, I'll be able to do that. Okay, here's the next turret cluster. Before I do that, I'm going to show you something with this Halo turret. I'm going to park all my ships in range with one obviously closer than the others. So a normal Halo missile would just target this first ship completely normally. But watch this, it hits the one further away. So this Halo missile right here should be shooting at the first ship, but it's not. It always shoots at the one with the highest health for that target. So you can see, and then once the one back here doesn't have the highest health anymore, it will pick a different one that has the second highest health now, which will again So once that highest health ship gets damaged and is no longer the highest health ship, the Halo missile will shoot at the ship with the new highest health, which is a pretty interesting mechanic and is why you need evade on all your ships, because you can evade the Halo missile right here. I'm not sure if it's going to have enough time to shoot at one with a different amount of health. There we go. You just saw it targeted the first ship now because it hit one further away, and it's targeting, there you saw it switch again to the one with the new highest health. So this will keep all your ships with the same exact health, and I think is actually a quite interesting mechanic for this target. Enough talking, let's kill this thing. The titanium extractors, there's 2 of them on this island, which are pretty tough. So I'm going to kill the first turret cluster right here so I can reach this titanium extractor. Once that's almost dead, I'm going to switch to the Halo missile and the second titanium extractor so I can kill things more quickly and use splash damage. If you want to use something like Molotov Maidens or Hellfire Heathens crew to increase splash and maybe decrease or increase spread, that's a pretty helpful thing to do too in some circumstances. Here is the corrosive turret. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to do my best to stop just before I get in range, so I'm able to kill it right here. And you can outrange this one somewhat easily, I found. It's easier than the old Hellwraith targets we had a very long time ago, but if you just auto it, you will go into range. I was debating doing something like putting one missile or one other sort of weapon on the ship that has a slightly higher range than my 52 or 60 range, whatever it is. So my ships will auto the target and then stop when that longer range, 72 range missile or whatever can hit the thing. But so my scatter guns can still reach it, if that makes sense. That might be a little bit too abstract, and I haven't tried that yet. I'm not really willing to refit a ship to do that. Here's the last Valkyrie carrier incoming. We want to make sure we're avoiding this one, running away from that. And as soon as these 2 things split apart, I'm going to charge right in between. They do appear to get caught up on land often, which is very annoying. You can't predict it very well, and once it's off land, it speeds up a little bit. Just a last turret cluster to kill here. I'm going to target the titanium extractor, make sure I'm not coming into any range of the venom spitters, and then prioritize the Halo missile targets. Okay, this one's going down, and that's another target complete. Now these targets don't pay out anything. There is some VXP they give out. I wish they maybe could have added something here, but regardless, we really like seeing these targets on map. You'll notice here that my build, which I'll show you in a second, has more penetrative armor. Nevertheless, most of the damage I took was penetrative. 12% of the damage I took was penetrative, and then 9% of it was corrosive, or rather, I should say, out of the incoming damage towards my ships, 12% of what I took was penetrative, and 9% of what I took was corrosive. Anyway, here's the damage I dealt if you're curious. All corrosive, of course. And this evaded right here category counts not just things that your ships evade, but also things your ships shoot down, like Missile Defense System 3. So players with Countermeasure Loaders 4, such as myself, should have a higher evaded category right here. Here's the total damage on my ships right here. I'll show you in instant repair mode so you're able to see that. And you can see it's 5 hours, 5 minutes, which again, would obviously get better with better driving. These are not the final raid targets. They're not even the same layout as the raid targets. All my ships took the same amount of damage, which, now that I think about it, I actually like. It makes it easier to kill your whole fleet off instead of having to try and juggle tanks. That's again because of the Halo missile effect, which I'm calling reverse priority targeting. Here is the build on the flagship. It will be eventually built the same as ship number 5. And here's the build on the one of the 4 regular ones. Ships 2, 3, and 4 will all be built the same. Right now, these are missing 2 specials. This is missing 2 specials. This is missing 1 special. I will be making all 3 of these have Guidance Core number 3 and Corrosive Battery 2 in that last slot. Whereas ship number 5 right here will just look like this with no Corrosive Battery 2. And that's again projected to come out in the raid. So this is my build here. That's the repair time I got from this target. That's my general strategy overview. The next thing I'll be working on is a build for the Zealot, a finalized how to build Zealots video, and I'll have that posted really soon. So make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want that. If this video was helpful, there are 2 things you can do. You can leave a like on it, let me know it was helpful. You can also go to the comment section down below and let me know any questions you have on this thing. I'll make sure to get them answered. Anyway, this is Derpy signing out, helping you be a better pirate.